Hello, welcome to another video and welcome to the Seasonal Spooky Challenge TBR. So this is a challenge that is being created by Cassidy at Covers with Cassidy, and it is similar to her Every Romantasy challenge, but this time it's spooky reads. Now, this is going to be my TBR for this challenge. I am, as yet, undecided whether or not I'm going to be able to actually take part in this challenge. I'm going to attempt I'm going to kind of like low-key attempt it over sort of September, October, November, but it's really difficult, especially for someone who's like not really a horror reader. So I'm going to check I'm not running over the cat. I'm going to put the thing up here, the template, the challenge. So basically how it works, I'm going to link Cassidy's video as well down below. There are 8 settings where you have to read one book per setting. Each of those books also has to match one of the stage 2 prompts, which is the unlocking prompts. And then there are 8 cover prompts, which can be anything, and 6 bonus challenges, which again can be additional books. Obviously going to try and complete all of these in as few as possible, but let's just see what I can do. Alright, sorry if angle's changed. My battery has died and the battery I tried to replace it with also dead, so you know, we're on take 3 now. Go through with first of all with the 8 setting challenges. Those ones I've got. I'm quite happy with these ones. So the first setting is urban, and I'm going to go with Hell Followed With Us. This is by Andrew Joseph White. It follows a trans boy who's on the run from a cult that raised him, and is rescued by a group of teens. I think it is an urban setting. It sounds kind of like an urban setting, so this one is on for urban. Again, if it doesn't fit, I'll find something else later. The next setting is Summer Camp, and I'm putting on Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. So this one follows Emma, who her first summer away from home, she learned to play the game 2 Truths and a Lie. 3 of her friends went into the woods and never returned, so now she's been asked to go back to the newly opened Camp Nightingale. So it's set in a summer camp. Intrigued. Number 3 is an isolated setting. Now this one, I'm not 100% sure if it is an isolated setting, but I imagine it kind of will be, and that is Tender as the Flesh by, I can't remember the author's name, but it's up on screen somewhere. So this book is basically about like cannibalism, and I know that it starts with a man who kind of, you know, secures the meat, humans, who keeps a woman, rather than taking her to slaughter, keeps him for herself. So I imagine there's some sort of isolation, like she must be in some kind of like cage or something. I don't really know. Prompt number 4 is Small Town. And for that one, I've got Things We Say in the Dark by Kirsty Logan. So this is a collection of short stories. Honestly, I don't really know if it will have small town settings, but I'm feeling like across the short stories, there probably will be one that is set in a small town. So there are things like, there's a story about a schoolgirl, a child's day out. I feel like there will be some small town setting. If not, well, there isn't. Round 1, prompt number 5 is Southern, and I'm going to put on Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. This is set in Louisiana. Louisiana is definitely in the South. I do know where Louisiana is. New Orleans is there. So we've got the Bayou, that's all very like Southern, right? I don't think it's a horror, but I think it's kind of thrillery. So Midnight is the Darkest Hour. There is so this one follows a woman whose father is a priest. There is a tale of the Low Man, who is a vampiric figure said to kill sinners in their beds on moonless nights. So there is like some sort of vampire lore in here. So horror-esque. I don't know if that's going to fit anything else now. Number 6 I'm going with is, so number 6 is Haunted House, and I'm going to use What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. So this is a retelling of The Fall of the House of Usher, and they follows 2 characters who go to the ancestral home of the Ushers. What they find there is a nightmare, fungal growths and possessed wildlife. So it's not going to be like a haunted house ghost story as such, I don't think, but I think it's still going to be like haunted-esque because the house is the main character. We've then got Coastal is number 7, and for that one I'm going to go with Stay in the Light by A.M. Shine. So this is set in Ireland. Ireland is a small island surrounded by the sea, so most of Ireland is coastal, and specifically it's set in Galway, which is coastal. So I'm counting this. I don't know if there's going to be a larger map that's actually to do with the coast, but like the setting's there. And then finally, the setting prompt number 8 is In the Woods. And for that one, I'm going with Pine by Francine Toon. This is in the Highlands. So Lauren and her father live in a small village surrounded by forest. In the woods counts. Excellent. Now we've got the hard bit, because now I've got to match these 8 books plus Tenders of the Flesh to the unlocking prompts, and they are the hard ones, I'll be totally honest, because they don't all quite match. So we're going to have to do a little bit of like moving around now. So the unlocking prompts, these again, like I said, these are quite difficult, but I'm going to have my stack here that I'm going to be working off. So our first prompt, let's see if I can actually show you what the spines are. There we go. This is not going to work, but this is what we're going to do. The first unlocking prompt is YA. So the only one I've got which is YA is Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. So this one is going on for YA. The second one is Didn't Buy. And for that one, I'm going with, actually that works. For that one, I'm going with Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. This one I was sent by the publisher last year, so I didn't buy it. The third prompt is a new author. To be honest, all of these, with the exception of Stay in the Light, actually everything in this pile is a new to me author. I have gone with Things We Say in the Dark as my new author, but to be honest, any one of these will work for that prompt. D is novella. So I've got What Moves the Dead for novella. E is diverse. So I think I'm going to say Tender as the Flesh as diverse. It is by an Argentinian author. I think it might even be translated. It is a bit of a stretch as diverse. Hell Followed With Us is more diverse. That's got a trans main character, and additional other LGBT rep, but I don't have any other YA on this pile, so that one has to go there. So yeah, Tender as the Flesh I'm going to put in as diverse. It's not great. I'm not sure if I'm going to see if I can switch it out, to be totally honest, because it's an iffy one. F I've got as audio. I'm just going to have to listen to one of them on audio. I'm going to place in Last Time I Lied, but again, similarly to new author, anything can go in there. G is on Another's TBR. This one I've really struggled with. I haven't seen any of these books on someone else's TBR for this read along or like recently. So I'm not fulfilling that at all. There is a book that I do want to read which would fit as quite a good replacement for Last Time I Lied, actually, which is on someone else's TBR, which is, oh my gosh, can I remember? I think it's Heads Would Roll. Let me look it up. And I think that's on Lexi's TBR for the Spooky Challenge. But I don't have Yeah, Heads Will Roll by Josh Winning. Fairly certain this is the one I want. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. I don't have a copy of it. So if I can get a copy of it, I think that one will go on my TBR and replace of Last Time I Lied. But if not, I currently don't have anything that is on someone else's TBR. So, you know, if somebody could make a TBR and put one of these books on it, that would be grand. Thanks, love you. And then the final one is, so I'm just kind of going to put Pine down as a placeholder there. The final one I've got is new release, and for that one I'm going with Stay in the Light. This one releases in October, so this is an arc and it will be a new release. Next up, part 3 of the challenge is the cover prompts. So again, I've got my 8 books here and I've got a couple of extras as well that I want to fit in here. So the first cover prompt is hands. Definitely got a hand on that cover, so that's very nice. Then we've got window, and I don't know if I've got anything for window. I'm going to say Hell Followed With Us for window, because there are windows down on the houses at the bottom-ish. The third prompt is weapon. None of these have a weapon on the cover. So I'm going to come back to that one. Fourth prompt is animal. I've got pine, which has got a deer on it, so that's animal. Fifth prompt is blood. I've got compound fracture. I'm going to have to put in a new one for this one, which is compound fracture, again by Andrew Joseph White. This one has got like blood stains on it. Tech is hard. I don't have tech. I think I was counting the car on Survive the Night as tech, because cars are a form of technology. We're stretching it quite far, but that's what we're going with. Eyeball. We're adding on Lock Every Door, because there's an eyeball on the cover. And then water, I've got Last Time I Lied, again by Riley Sager, which has got water on the cover. So I'm just missing, what was I missing? I'm just missing weapon. Let me see if I can find a book with a weapon on the cover just to fulfill that prompt. All right, coming back for weapon. You might have to just trust me on this one, but I'm going with the Twyford Code, because if you look really, really closely on that fish's scale, there's a knife. That is a weapon. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a knife there, I promise. So that's going on as well. We've then got part 4, which is the bonus challenges. So these are 6 themes, I guess, to try and find in the books. Now, some of these I know I've got, some of them I won't know until I've read. So the first one is vampires, and I'm going to count Midnight is the Darkest Hour for that, because it mentions on the back a vampiric figure. So vampires. Cults. Hell Followed With Us is a cult. 16-year-old trans boy Benji is on the run from the cult that raised him. Cults. Cannibals. Cannibals, we've got Tender as the Flesh is all about cannibalism. So sweet. Mixed media, actually. Yeah. Twyford Code is mixed media. Good thing to put that one on. Ghosts. I think I'm going to say Things We Say in the Dark. One of these stories, another can only find respite from the clinging ghost that follows her by submerging herself in an overgrown pool. So there will be a ghost in there. And then serial killer. Survive the Night is a serial killer book. So that will then be my stack. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to get to this pile at all. I don't know if I'm going to complete the challenge. I would like to, but I don't know if I will. I'm not the biggest horror reader. I am trying to get into horror a bit more, but I'm not the biggest horror reader. I don't have a very big horror collection to pick from, hence why most of these are thrillers. But I am excited to try this challenge and see what we can do. So this is my spooky season stack. Let me know if you are going to be joining in with this challenge. Let me know what books you are picking for it. And please can someone put one of these books on their TBR so I can steal it back. Thanks, love you. Preferably one of the first 8. That would be grand. If you have made it this far through the video, please leave me... Is there an eyeball emoji? Like the 2 eyes, the like sideways eyes emoji. Leave me the eyes emoji. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.